someone he collaborated with last year. Well, not last year, but a few times. Carrie Hilson, she just got this modeling job. Now Chris Brown is coming up with his close up now, because the R&B singer had just signed with Wilhelmina International, becoming the latest star to nab a modeling contract with the agency that reps stars like Fergie, Natasha Bedingfield, and recently Carrie Hilson. He said, "Art and style has always played a significant role in my life," he told Women's Wear Daily. "I'm so happy to join the Wilhelmina team, which has countless success in the industry, to explore this new adventure." So, Chris, he just also released a new clothing line called Black Pyramid, which is not his version, but his section of the Pink Dolphin clothing line. So Chris Brown is doing this thing. He's finally doing what he's supposed to be doing, working.
I don't know. Chris Brown, to me, he has all the potential to be huge, but he doesn't. I don't know if it's just his camp or what. He just doesn't deliver to get to that point, and it's like he shows no growth in his music. It's just the same shit all the time, and it's like, I'm not interested. Maybe this modeling thing or whatever the hell he's trying to do might be a good move for him, because his music sucks.
Yeah, and I've always said this too, because I like when artists, been trying to do other things. So when Chris, started doing the pop music stuff, I was like, you know what, it kind of suits him, it kind of fits him in a sense. But sometimes you have to be consistent and actually know what you're doing. And the thing with Chris is he keep releasing so much music back to back to back. I mean, Rihanna does it, but it's like with Chris, because he's, we look at him as like another Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson took time when he did his records and everything like that. So you gotta have that type of perfection in a sense to really deliver in this, just show your artistry. And not saying Chris is a bad artist like that, but it's like, because you mix your attitude with your music, it kind of shuns people away a little bit.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, he's very arrogant with it, and you have no reason to be arrogant.
Exactly.
You're corny to me.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I would go see a Chris Brown show if he delivers. But like I said, he shows no type of growth. It's just nothing.
Yeah. So, we shall see how this whole modeling thing happens, and how this whole new album that he's getting ready to release, turns out and everything like that. Now, moving on, it's time to appreciate the hoes, people. It's Whole Appreciation Day, people, because here's the donkey broads of the day. And y'all know my name when I talk about hoes. I call them Donkey Duck Broads. So this time for the Donkey Duck Broads highlight of the day. Now, Jazzy Faye, Martin Lawrence, R. Kelly, Tupac, Shaq, Shawty Redd, Young Jeezy, and more are going to be written about in the new tell-all book by their former jump-off, Gerard Everett. Now, she is a rapper and a writer who will be writing Jump Off about her life and sexual affairs that she's been having since she was 15 to help women learn about themselves, or to have the fame that Superhead had once back in the day. Or she's not Superhead, we gotta call her Corinne Steffens. But the book, which she is publishing herself, will be available on Friday, November 23rd. So that's on Black Friday, people. So after you get your grub on for Thanksgiving, go out to your local bookstore, or hell, it's not going to be at Barnes & Noble, but it's going to be at that little black, where the little flea market and that little black section where they sell like the little books on the corner, the little black books. That's what it's going to be. But here's what Everett had to say about the book. I wrote this book for other women to learn about themselves through my stories. So many women are jump balls, whether intentional or not, but now they can see themselves where they are right now and take control of where they are going. This is the same shit that Corinne Steffens said back in the day when she tried to act like she was all high and mighty on Oprah, talking about, oh, my wholeness was, a self-expression. If you a hoe, you a hoe. Don't sugarcoat it. Just own your wholeness. And really, in this day and age, do we really still need to write tell-all books about jump-offs? We have the internet for that now. When Corinne Steffens wrote her first book, the internet was popping, but it wasn't like how it is now, how everybody can be in your business like that. And this was just like in early 2000s. So, I mean, in this day and age now, it's a little different. So you don't even have to... And then you're writing about dead people too. You're writing about Tupac. He's dead. And then you're writing about people with dead careers. R. Kelly and Martin Lawrence. And Suge Knight. What's the purpose? The most recent person I see up there is Young Jeezy, and that probably was when he was still the Snowman. So I mean, it's not even worth it. And then she looked like LaToya.
Nobody's gonna care about them.
Exactly. They're not like big names like how Corinne had Jay-Z and all the Nas. No, that was Carmen. That was Carmen. That's Nas' baby mama. But still, well, both of them had the same thing. But goodness, it's not as interesting as that when it's people of a particular level. I mean, Corinne even had Eddie Murphy, and y'all know Eddie Murphy been getting down with Johnny Gill since the My days. So it's just like, so I mean, I'm not going to read the book, but I'm gonna ask a hood hoe in the corner, how did you like the book if you could read? Cause reading good. So we will ask them how the book was. But moving on, people, now JoJo, I haven't talked about her in a long time. She's one of my favorite white girl artists because she has soul and she really can sing her ass off. But JoJo has been caught up in this whole label situation with Black Ground Records, which was once home to Aaliyah, still home to Aaliyah, and once home to Timbaland. Now, she doesn't want to keep her fans waiting any longer because she will be coming out with a new mixtape titled Agape for release next month. The title, which means unconditional love in Greek, is also the name of a puppy she adopted recently. The free project is set to be released on December 20th and marks the follow-up to her 2010 mixtape, Can't Take That Away From Me, which was also a really hot mixtape as well. Talking about the mixtape, she said this mixtape is meant to be experienced when you have 27 to 28 minutes to go on a little journey with me and listen to some stories. There are interludes, outerludes, random shit, my dad playing harmonica, and a conversation between my whole family at Thanksgiving. And she said this when she said on Twitter, because I just have no fucks to give. And she released her single Demonstrate this summer. I love that song Demonstrate. It's a sexy type of joint. But because she's with Black Ground Records, the album is still waiting for a release date. She shot the video and the video still hasn't come out. The single was supposed to be on iTunes in August, still hasn't come out. She's been supposed to release this album since like 2007. And I mean, I done graduated school and everything, and I'm still waiting for this damn CD.
What the hell is Barry Hankerson doing? Like, what?
It's not even, and you know what the crazy part is? It's not even Barry so much now, it's Jomo. Jomo is messing up the whole legacy of the label, and even
and sad thing is, if you look at the history with Black Ground Records, they've never been stable.
No.
If you notice, if you look at every Aaliyah album, all 3 albums, and not even including the Romeo Must Die soundtrack, was on different parent labels.
Yes, exactly.
It went from Jive to Atlantic to Warner Brothers to 5. Well, I don't know if you should count the soundtrack because I believe Warner Brothers had a lot to do with the film, so that might be why. But it went from, like I said, Jive to Atlantic to Virgin to Universal. Mm-hmm. So that says a lot. Like, they never had any type of stable residence, like as far as the home label goes, and that's not a good look.
Not at all.
And now all of a sudden, Aaliyah's music isn't being distributed anymore.
Exactly.
The only thing that's being distributed is Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and I believe that's because Josh probably owns the rights to that album. Uh-huh. That is the only album that is still being distributed in stores. Mm-hmm. Other than that, and it's crazy because I let someone hold Aaliyah's last album, and they never gave it back. So for like years, about 5 years now, I've been looking for this album, and I just happened to go into FYE sometime last weekend, and I saw it. Somebody actually sold it back to FYE, and I bought it. And it was a used CD, and they charged me like $10 for it. Mm-hmm. But that's because you can't find her music anywhere.
Exactly.
You can't even find her shit. Like, I couldn't find them online. You know, so it's a sad deal because of the fact that I know personally, with me wanting to get into music and me being such a huge Aaliyah fan and being a huge fan of that whole movement with her and Timbaland and Missy back in the 90s, I always wanted to be signed to Black Brown Records. Now, I wouldn't sign to that label. That's in the category of bad boy. Those two labels you don't sign with to even save your life. You just be an unsuccessful artist for the rest of your life before you sign with them. Because it's just not a good look for you.
No.
So I don't understand.
Yeah, so JoJo, you know, hopefully that lawsuit you about to, you know, file real soon. Hope it worked for Toni Braxton. She got her deal with Blackground, so maybe it can work for you too. But just, you know, get your money and run and sign to a new label real quick. Because now Blackground is with Interscope. Well, that's who was supposed to be distributing the album, but Blackground is the one that's holding everything up. So, you know, we'll see how this story pans out down the road. But moving on now, Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z, Windows is trying to Microsoft is trying to court Jay-Z to start an ads for Microsoft phones. Now, for Windows phones. Now, Windows phones haven't been selling hot at all. Windows Phone is like on the level of Blackberries. It ain't there. So they trying to get Jay-Z to see if he can get some promotion to it. I would rather see Jay-Z in an Apple commercial or something like that. Something with class, something with dignity. Microsoft is a whack-ass phone, so I just can't see him selling a product that's not going to sell at all. That's like him trying to get Thierry Marie to promote Gucci or Fendi or something like that. So it just...
Jay-Z probably has a damn iPhone. Like, I don't know how that looks.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, if Jay-Z doesn't have an iPhone, he's probably one of those older people who has a BlackBerry still.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone has a Windows phone or has one anymore.
No.
You know, so I don't think that's a good move for Jay-Z because rather Jay-Z promotes than not, no one's going to buy that phone.
No.
So it's just going to be a loss of money on his end.
Exactly. So Microsoft...
Well, not necessarily a loss of money, but a waste of time.
Yeah, exactly. So Microsoft did that deal. Jay-Z, do not do it. You know, Microsoft, go get Dame Dash. Goodness, don't mess with Jay-Z. Don't try and mess with his money and time right now. Blue Ivy needs some more shoes. So don't let her wear no shoes at all. So Blue Ivy needs some shoes. But moving on.
Yes, she never had shoes. No, I didn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Face covered with no shoes.
Exactly. But moving on, people. Now, y'all know this. My foolishness moment of the night. Andrew Bynum. Now, Andrew Bynum, he plays for the Philadelphia Sixers. Good player and everything. He's a little messed up in the head, though. Have y'all seen his hair lately? Now, he looked like he ran away from Kunta Kinte's camp and was joining the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad movement when he came onto the scene and everything. I was like, why is your hair a little nappy and matted like that and gray and stuff? Then he had the Don King going on, all picked out, messed up everywhere. Y'all remember when Missy was in the what video was that? When Missy had that.
What video is it? It's the I know what it is. It's just not coming to me. I'm trying to think of the hook.
Yes, but that's what
Ching getting paid over here.
Chingling. That's what his hair was looking like. And then, come to find out, this week, he was on the side of the game, on the side court and everything like that. So I was like, oh, he got this fresh hat on, because this hat was all big and stuff. Oh, that wasn't a hat. His hair was laid down with extra grease on his forehead, on the side. It was like this big bowl cut Japanese type of situation. I didn't understand it. Andrew Bynum, your ass is getting kicked for that. That's a messy mess. You look like you bringing black people back. You setting us back a long way, because there are products now we have combs, we have brushes, we have grease, and we have oil sheen now. There's no need for matted nappy ass hair on the public. It's in front of white people too. Don't do it. Now they got something to talk about us again. But that's my foolishness moment of the night, people. Now we're at that closing point, everybody. So we will see y'all next Monday. We'll talk to y'all next Monday. So we appreciate you all for listening. You can always listen to older episodes on Spreaker.com/user/FNL Radio. But y'all have a good weekend. Y'all stay safe. Thanksgiving is next week. It's time to get fat. But thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate it. And